Hello. What's good, everybody? It is Tuesday night, so we're ready to get back into it. And of course, we're going to do a little switch up so we can stay a little more consistent and be a little closer to the shows coming out. So we're going to take it back to Murders in the Building tonight, and we'll be back with Ahsoka on Thursday. Oh, but of course, the two people coming down this road with me, trying to help me figure out this case before they reveal it. Of course, we got the one, the only, a Fandom D Ghost. What's good, brother?
Yo, what is good? Back at it again, like we never left with only murders in the building.
Oh, telling you, here we go again. What's
He got
up?
his tooth. I noticed that. He got his tooth back. Thank goodness.
Yeah, he was looking goofy with the gap. Too goofy with the gap. It was AK. Oh, how are we doing tonight?
I am all right. Yeah, I'm blaming this all on Gideon. So it was a Gideon all along.
It was Gideon all along.
Yep, that's exactly what I was thinking.
What's up, Jay Cruz? How you doing out there? Yep. Oh man, we're gonna be talking about that on Thursday. But yeah, Ahsoka is a completely different show once you've seen Rebels. It's so much better with the backlog. So that's awesome you caught up. But we're talking about Only Murders in the Building tonight. Season 3, episode 6, and this one's called Ghostlight. And before we even get started on this episode, my mind never stops spinning, and I was thinking about what Loretta had told Ben. He's like, or what he said, Ben said. He didn't really want to share the stage with a no-name, and when they were like choking each other out or whatever, getting into it. And you already know that scrapbook had me thinking last week, like I thought maybe Loretta was the aunt, and that maybe that still might be the case, or maybe even if she is the mom or whatever. But what if that fight was because whoever she is to them, like she's all the family they have left, and she's always shown favoritism towards dear brother Dickie, and the no-name he was talking about was sharing the stage was him. He's like, I'm the star of this family, and he's tired of shining everywhere except for inside his own family. So what if that was like the no-name he didn't want to share the stage with because him and Dickie are brothers, and she's the only family he has left?
Interesting.
That's I don't know, a little tinfoil I was putting on there. Like I said, I still don't know.
I could see that happening.
Because when we look back at that scrapbook, none of those pictures aren't just Ben. Every one of those pictures has Dickie in it. Every one. So what if she's like holding that? She's not doing it because she's psycho stalking Ben. She's like a huge fan of Dickie because, like I said, she's the aunt. Or what if they're brothers? Maybe he still does have a twin or something like that. And the reason that he called them brothers is because, like, say maybe Ben's mom died and Loretta is his aunt, and Loretta, basically him and Dickie were cousins. But since Loretta brought him up, they were actually more like brothers. So we called him a brother. So, who knows? But yeah, something's got to be going on like that. What do we think?
I don't know. I like where both of those avenues could go.
There's something definitely going on. I mean, why does this person have? I mean, unless somebody planted this scrapbook, why does she have this scrapbook? And again, they made it look like she was psycho stalking Ben, but then when you take a closer look, we see that dear brother Dickie's in every one of those photos.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, there's definitely something up there. I don't know what exactly the tie-in will be, but I think they'll make it pretty interesting for us.
Yeah, she likes the tie-in with Dickie. At this point, I just hope that Tobert is not the freaking. We can't have Tobert being the freaking killer. Like I called that the second I saw that man on screen. I was like, "Oh, there's our killer." If I call it fast, I'll actually get annoyed.
It could be Dickie, Tobert, and freaking what's her name?
Loretta.
Yeah. All planned. We know Dickie was the one that got Loretta the audition, and they went from there.
We could be, but I don't even know. Is Dickie the one who got her the audition?
Because they never truly explained how she got it.
She just came in saying that my agent assured me that I was on the list. But
didn't someone call her?
She didn't have a list. What do you mean? No, she just showed up.
Okay.
And remember, Katie came out and she's like, "We got time," and this person just showed up. She's like, "I know who she is." So I mean, maybe that's something that we're overlooking. Because Katie said, I know who she is. She's capable." And so Oliver was like, "All right, let's let her do it." And then it came in.
Right.
My agent assured me I was on the list, and they're like, "Whatever, you're here. Let's just do it." So what if Katie's actually in on it, and Katie's the one that brought him in? Maybe it's Katie and Loretta that did this.
It could be all of them. This could be a conspiracy, just a very big conspiracy.
Who is Zax? Tobert, Loretta, and Zax. Who's Zax?
Yeah.
I don't know who that one is. Interesting. But yeah, we got to find out. But yeah, this week opens up with Howard explaining the curse of the gooseberry, and there seems to be a long streak of bad luck that's happened with this theater, and with seemingly only one way to avoid it. I was like, superstitious much? Like, what's up, Random? Are you superstitious?
I used to be, and then I'm just like, oh well, a piano falls on me, a piano falls on me.
He just lets it
No,
roll.
man.
How about you, AK? You superstitious?
No, I was a theater kid, so yes. Random shit be happening in theaters, man. I'm just saying.
I'm a poker player, so you know I am ridiculously superstitious. Just gambling.
Oh, so you doing that so over your back?
Oh, I'm ridiculous. Except all this stupid stuff. Like, I actually don't mind. Like, a black cat walks in front of my path, I think that's good luck. And I'll walk under a ladder. I don't even care about that stuff. But then other stupid stuff, I'm crazy superstitious.
Step on a crack.
Yeah, it's just ridiculous. It's crazy how that goes. But did Joy turn Charles into a lonely fish guy? Like, that happened quick. Do we really think that they're not going to make up by the end of the season, AK?
She seems to have her mind made up that it's over. I don't blame her for that at all. Whether or not he could win her back, I think it boils down to, does he even really want that? Because his headspace is not good right now.
Yeah, he's in a weird spot, but it seems like he doesn't want to be alone. I mean, just carrying a fish around and stuff. But I don't know. What's up, Phantom? I mean, did she really have that much to be mad at him about?
Of course, you pretty much like labeled her the murderer, man. I would be pissed off too. So yeah, will they get back together? Yeah, obviously. You know, it's just part of the series or the movie where the lovers have some type of spat, and near the end of it, boom. So if anything, I'm gonna see like Charles is near death, or she is near death from the murderer, and boom, one saves the other. They reconcile, but I don't think they're gonna like go back to being engaged. Really? It's gonna like be this, boyfriend girlfriend thing. Yeah, I think they should have started more slower than moving in together than engaged. That was the issue. To work slower this time.
I just don't think he had. I really don't think she had that much to be that mad about. I mean, this man is about to make you his wife. He has already had some serious problems in this department before. Like, can she really be that mad that he had a few questions on why her property was in the room of a man that just dropped dead not long after seeing her? Like, technically, she's the last one that saw him before death. I mean, besides everybody out in the crowd, but.
That's okay. But then him saying that, me proposing to you was a mistake? Come on, man.
That's the thing, especially when they have that long history together of flirtations and whatnots. So I don't know. I think she does have something to be upset about, because at this point, really, it just looks like he's playing tag and just trying to keep on the line.
Mm-hmm. Saz, Jake. The one
he missed Saz on that one.
Wait, which one is Saz?
Loretta Dick and Saz.
Stunt devil for Charles.
Stunt double, yeah. Your girl, Jane. Oh, then to top off this opening monologue, Howard throws us the ultimate twist. Like, he pounds on Mabel's door, and as soon as she opens it, he confesses he's the one that murdered Ben. Did you believe it for a second when you heard it, Phantom?
Hell no. I'm like, what's this man about to go and say?
He said, I wasn't buying it for a second. Oh, so what's up, AK? You weren't able to spot the Easter egg in this opening?
I did not, but honestly, I didn't look for it because I was in a rush trying to just finish the episode.
Oh, Jake said he didn't have a time either. Tell him, Phantom, what was it about? What happened?
Oh my gosh. It took me the second watch of it, because literally I watched the first time, I'm like, what am I looking for? I'm looking for like a ghost image or something. So I'm like, let me go rewind it. And then the second time, I'm like, damn, ultimately I gotta rewatch this thing the third time. But literally when it pans out, I see the sandbag fall near Charles, and I'm like, aha, there we go.
Got him. Oh man, when I was watching it, because I watched that, because of course I hear that the name of the episode's Ghost, so I'm looking in every window and trying to see a ghost next to somebody, or is there a ghost in the cloud instead of hearts, or it's actually called Ghost Light, so I'm kind of looking to see if that light's anywhere going on and off or whatever. There's a ghost light on the nothing. I was like, what the hell? And then I looked and I was like, oh, there it is. There's 2 ghosts in these back windows. And then I was like, all right, that must be it. And then when I'm watching I was like, oh, and then I saw it. I was like, oh, wow, they gave us a couple Easter eggs in this one. But then I went back and looked just to make sure. And no, those little ghost figures are in every episode. So that's just how they painted the background windows. But yeah, if you go on the roof, there's 2 like back silhouettes and windows that are ghosts, basically. They're just painted as ghosts, but they're in all of them. So yeah, it wasn't 2 of them. It was just the one, the sandbag falling next to Charles, which I thought was crazy, obviously. But yeah, I thought I had 2, but it was only that one. Oh, absolutely fantastic. But I do love the fact that they just keep giving Easter eggs like that to what's going to happen in the episode. Like, literally my favorite part. But yeah, after reading that synopsis for this episode, I pretty much thought I already knew what I was looking for, and I did not. So they had me guessing on that one. So that was pretty cool. But Murderers once again brought our band together, and I'm all for it, and I'm all happier that like they're together finally. Like, I'm not a fan of Mabel out there just swinging in the wind alone. She ends up bringing home strays like this mutt one. I don't know if he's the killer, but he is definitely dirty in some way. Like, no pun intended. What's up, fandom? Who's the killer right now?
Let's see. At one point, I thought it was Joy until like previous episodes. I'm like, damn, it's not Joy. So right now, Loretta, Tobert, and Dickie.
For those 3.
Gotta be 3 people. So far, I'm looking at those 3. But then I might be like, wait a minute. It could also be Charles now. Like, they kind of like doing like tease us like, hey, it could be Charles here. But I'm like, it can't be Charles. He's one of the big 3.
Oh, I don't think it's going to be a ghost by the end. No, Jake, I don't. But yeah, that would be horrible if they did something crazy like that. But yeah, I don't know.
What if it was Charles, though? Maybe he doesn't even remember doing it. He went off into his little white room thing in the heat of the moment and then didn't remember why he was even standing in front of the elevator.
Could be, but it was basically Tobert.
No, but he was in the elevator when it happened, though.
Well, he was in the elevator when the body had already fallen and was there. They would have heard the thump if it came.
Mm-hmm.
The body was already there.
Oh,
and it started bleeding.
Okay.
So I mean, that couldn't have been. I was gonna make. I mean, I already told you I need to fill in at the audience, let them know. I've always put it in the chat, but a couple of episodes ago, I put it in that there's one person that was at both of Ben's deaths, and it's the person that they have not shown very much of. And that's why I almost made my thumbnail. That's what my name will probably be next week, but a killer. Because Uma is the one that did it. Uma was there both times. They have shown this woman. I don't even know why she was at the theater, but she was there at the theater, and then she was there at this one. I think Uma wants that suite for herself, and she needed to get rid of Ben. So either she can take that penthouse suite or give it to a family member or something like that. Or maybe she's like friends with Loretta and heard him talking to Loretta some kind of way and it's like, you need some respect. And I don't know, but one way or another, Uma is in on this. Uma killed it. Uma did it. You heard it here first. Nobody else called that. Uma killed Ben is what's out. Uma killer is what's out. But yeah, that's where I'm at with it all. But speaking of using phrases incorrectly, like Charles whips out a few of them and misses with every single one of them. It's like also fun to have him back spewing old school facts that interest absolutely no one. But Howard is becoming like more unraveled by the second. He truly believes that the gooseberry is haunted and that he saw the ghost. But wasn't at first I thought that was like he was wearing the hat and the coat. I thought that was the doctor that Jonathan was talking to. Who'd you think that was, AK?
I didn't know. I definitely didn't think it was the ghost, though.
It wasn't Gideon Gooseberry?
The reply was too ridiculous.
Oh, my God.
For it to actually have been him.
I thought it was just the doctor messing with him, having fun. What do you think that was, Phantom?
I thought it was the guy that we saw in a previous episode that was talking to Jonathan.
Yeah, that's what I thought, the doctor.
Yeah.
Because he had that kind of hat and he had a long coat on. So, but I guess that's just some New York wear in that kind of in the wintertime.
It is.
So everybody agrees it's time to head back to the theater to see if they can spot any more clues. And did Oliver want to go alone so he could erase that message because he now knows Loretta wrote it? Like, is that what? Is that pretty much the whole reason he wanted to be alone? or get rid of any other clues. I mean,
Pretty
That's
much.
possible.
Protect his love and protect the show.
Protect the show.
Yep.
That's really it. As the three put their heads together, piecing together clues, Howard was like, "Hurry up, Jack, Janet, and Chrissy." And that was such an out of place reference that somehow worked so perfectly in that scene.
Mm-hmm.
I loved it. That was fantastic. But then they arrive at the theater, and what was up with not one but two sandbags falling and almost hitting Charles? Like Sass said, maybe it was like Charles that the killer was after, not Ben. Like, were you starting to think that might have been true at that point, Phantom?
Nah. Spoiler alert, it was a freeloader.
I'm glad, yeah, they had to tell us. It wasn't just faulty, convenient wiring, not having one but two of them fall down. And they put Katie out there on it, but when they got to Katie's office, like, she was in there highlighting something that Howard kind of took a second look at, a little bit weird. Any idea on what that may have been, AK?
I don't know.
Because
that one has me stumped.
Yeah, he's like, "Oh, you messed up my highlighting and then put it in the shredder. Like, what are you highlighting that's so important that you have to now shred it and redo it?"
Mm-hmm.
That's sus as hell.
Sus.
Did that make you think?
Because I know in the theaters doesn't normally have like someone in the background, like if an actor like forgets their lines, someone in the back like says it. But like it was just weird how the camera just panned towards what she was highlighting and that she messed up on.
Yeah, I need to go back and like pause it and see if I can read what it was. Like, was it really just stage lines or if it was something else? But then Mabel sees the sign and sheet and has a great idea to check the handwriting against that on Ben's mirror, which Oliver puts an immediate halt to because he is not trying to ever figure things out. And while he's gone, Charles sits and has a serious conversation with Mabel, and they're both like in the wrong as far as I can see. Like, her olds left her hanging, and she's still a little too quick to share info with newcomers, so there's plenty of blame to be shared. Or what do you think about that, AK?
Yeah, I mean, I think there is some blame on both sides, definitely. But Mabel's in a weird space right now. So, she's trying to figure out where she's going to go, not just with the podcast, but in the apartment situation and all that. So she needs like an extra shoulder to cry on, and the boys are not there for her. So here's this other guy that does want to give her that attention. And I think she's kind of grasping for straws at the moment, if that makes sense.
I don't know. Did she share her murder board just a little too quickly there, Phantom?
You're goddamn right she did. Like, again, what did you not learn from season 1? Charles showed his murder board to the damn murderer. You gotta wait it out. Wait till after the damn murder is solved. And then, hey, Tobert, here was the murder board. Next time we have a murder, boom, you're invited.
Too soon, too soon. Yeah, exactly. Send your boyfriend home. Like, that is just, you're giving it all up. What if he really is a murderer? Now you're up there. But now she's like, oh, now I'm sleeping with the murderer. Well, that's a fact. And you let him know exactly what you're doing. So. And Charles simply says, we need to be careful who we get involved with. And Mabel instantly snaps back about having a better track record with him than that. And that. Like, did that basically just ensure that Tobert is indeed the killer, AK?
I don't think so. Is he still sus? Yes. But does it mean 100% he's the killer? I don't think so. That's not enough to go on yet.
That was just so random. The way she said that, like, I have a much better track record with this than you. Of course they're going to make Tobert one of the killers now. Like, they have to put that back in her face as far as
Yeah, they do.
After the talk, once again, Mabel finds herself alone to investigate the case. And, like, when are her olds going to notice the toll this has taken on her? Like, she is spinning, and it's only going to be Tobert there left to catch her, and I'm not sure that's in anybody's best interest.
I thought she was going to go back to Miss Canning.
She still might.
But it seems like, if anything, if by the end of the trio isn't truly back together doing a podcast, then she might also just get employed by her.
Yeah, I think that's where she's headed, but she's going to take Tobert with her.
And she might have to. I mean, all the way around because, that'd be funny because if that happens, I'm calling it now. Tobert is definitely going to kill Cindy Canning. That's how she's getting written up. So Tobert is taking Cindy Canning out. But yeah, I mean, she's got to get money, and I mean, I'm sure she was planning on like, well, if I get kicked out or someone moves in, I could probably just move in with one of my olds for a minute until I figure it out. But that can't happen right now. So what's up, AK? How long are they going to be split apart?
Given the logistics of the show, I don't think it's going to be that long. Maybe how many episodes are in this season?
I believe
10.
10. And we're on episodes. Yeah, I'd say by the finale.
Yeah.
Or maybe the episode before.
Penultimate.
They'll be back in it. Yeah.
But so you think they're not going to be back together until the penultimate episode, episode 9?
They might cross paths, but they're not going to be all on the same page.
No way they can stay apart for the next 3 episodes. That would be awful. 7, 8, or the next 2, I guess. But yeah, that would be awful. They can't stay apart for 2 episodes. That would drive me crazy. We got to get our trio back together. But in Ben's dressing room, Oliver can no longer deny it. It was definitely Loretta that wrote the message, and he's ready to tell the rest of the crew. When he looks for him, though, he finds a hidden room instead of them, and he also gets grabbed from behind with a hand put over his mouth. Like, I don't know. Who do you think that was at first, Phantom?
I thought it was Howard. Or the guy with the hat from the restaurant.
Yeah, from the cabaret. That's what I thought. I thought it was going to be the doctor. That's exactly what I thought it was going to be. Because that's who I thought it was that was acting like a ghost earlier. So do you have any ideas who you thought it was, AK?
No, I did not. I just know that once we actually saw who it was was almost like the anti-verse of him. What's his name? Martin Short's character. That guy from the haircut even down with the tattered clothes. I'm sure what was maybe a few years ago he was in Martin Short's shoes.
He was
but now he's squatting at the back of the theater.
Which, I mean, Oliver wasn't too far from doing if he wouldn't have got this.
Yeah.
Wouldn't have got this up and running. I wonder if they're actually making any money still from their podcast. But yeah, you're right, Jake. I mean, Charles wasn't so rude to her, so I can definitely see him and Mabel like making back up and being a thing. But I don't know. But I mean, enough to move in with him. I don't know. Maybe if he's so lonely, he'd probably want Mabel to move in with him. He'd be like, happy to have Mabel move in with him, just so he's not alone anymore. So I could definitely see that happen.
Mm-hmm.
For sure. But in Ben's dressing room, Oliver can no longer deny it. And I don't know. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we'll get back to that. But then Charles, seeking something to put President McKinley in, decides that it's nice to dump him in the back of a toilet bowl. And you just know, he's going to put him in there so he can stretch his fins. Get out of here. You knew that fish was getting flushed as soon as you put him in there, right, Phantom?
Most definitely. He was going to use the bathroom and just by reflex, oh, yeah, let me just flush the toilet. Oh, shoot.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's exactly what happened.
Is there anybody that didn't see that coming from a mile away? Come on. The only shocking part. Go ahead.
Yeah. What was wrong with just leaving him in the bag?
It was leaking, remember?
Was it?
That's what he thought, yeah. He said it's definitely leaking. He needs to find something to put him in. That's why he went in.
I think he paranoid.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah, he was just looking for something to put him in, and then he wanted to let him stretch his fins. I was like, what the hell? Yeah, that was amazing. Oh, so Oliver finds an old director squatting in the rafters, and he's been living there for the last year since he was fired off the show. And all I could think is how that room must have smelled. I don't know. That's why I put that on my head.
No, it was a freaking rat. And then he was like, "Oh, you came just a good time." So I was thinking, wait a minute, is he gonna cook the rat?
You saw what was on the grill in that last scene with him.
Yeah, where'd that meat come from?
He straight up took the Demolition Man route and started making rat burgers.
That is awful. I mean, he had no money. Where else was that meat coming from? Yeah, I'm just not. Yeah, I'm not hungry. Thanks. That was messed up. Oh, then Tobert scares Mabel, but says he tailed Jonathan there. And after pinning him to the wall, she said that she was actually glad he was there. Are they just leaning too hard into making him look like the killer at this point? I mean, it almost seems like he can't be now.
Kind of. It seems like it's that trope of, the criminal always wants to interject themselves into the investigation, which is one of the main reasons I think he's sus, because he's not just helping investigate. He's trying to find out what is known, and I think he's going maybe off the cuff and fixing stuff that they're not seeing or that they're going to see, so he can stay innocent.
But
that's just a theory. I'm not saying he's totally bad.
I still think he's one of the murderers, but then one of the other two might end up killing him to cover their tracks. That's what I can see happening.
Yeah, possibly.
That could definitely happen, but it just seems like, unless they're going Inception on it, it just seems almost too obvious at this point.
True.
Inception was too obvious?
No, I'm saying unless they're going Inception on it. It's almost like, okay, he's the killer. Oh, wait, no, he's not the killer. And they're making it too obvious. But now they're making it so obvious that actually, yeah, he is the killer. Yeah, I mean, keep flipping it on it. But then it was nice to see, like, Howard and Katie have an endearing moment. So now maybe they won't hate each other so much. They kind of became friends on stage. And I don't know, that was kind of cool. But if you're Oliver and you find that man squatting and he says, I'm going to tell you a story, and breaks out some puppets, like, how long until you're blazing a trail out of there, Brandon?
I mean, with me and Funkos, I'd be like, that'll be me and Funkos, though. So, like, I wouldn't mind it.
Of course you would. Of course you would.
Oh, my God. A man starts talking about, I'm going to tell you a story with my puppets. I'm out before you get
bruh, I don't need you to act this out. I just need you to give me the facts of the situation, please, and thank you.
I'm not staying in a small room where a man says, here, sit down and watch this puppet show real quick. Dude, you're about to get lit up.
And then he's like, see, I keep myself occupied. Sir, go home.
Right.
And that's what he told him. He said, yo, your hubby waiting for you, bro. He's still looking for you. Go home. What are you doing?
Charles, needing to relieve himself after a couple of coffees, does just that. And, of course, surprising no one, flushes poor President McKinley out into that great big pond in the sky. But it was actually nice to see him come back safe and sound. That was, like, the only shocking part, that he actually made it through that. But what's up, Phantom? Are you scooping a fish out of a toilet you just relieved yourself in?
He did it with a cup, so.
It don't matter. His hand still had to touch that water. That water was not that high. And it's not that he peed in it. The thing flushed. So the pee was gone, but all that other brown stuff that was in there, and we don't know what's flowing through them pipes right now. Nope, that would be bye bye, Mr. President. Yeah. I'm so sorry to see you go. My bad. I'll catch you next time.
Exactly. Oh, I'm sorry it didn't work out, but you got to go. You ain't coming back to my house. Not after this. Oh man. So then he makes his final saying goodbye video, and that is until he remembers that he has his Jimmy keys. And of course, it's like, how are you not thinking of that first?
That's what I was thinking the whole time. I'm like, wait a minute, doesn't he have like keys from the Bravo show? Like, why doesn't he like use that?
I didn't even remember.
I'm telling you, man, my man's mind is not right now. He's on my suspect list.
Oh, Jake thinks Cinda's a spy. That's on his suspect list.
Which one's Cinda?
Tina Fey.
Ah, yeah. Ooh, that's actually a good take. That'd be interesting.
So upstairs, Oliver is hearing for the first time everything that went down on the night of Ben's death, and realizes Loretta may truly be the killer. It was funny, like when that director said to Oliver, "I remember what you said to me directing all those years ago," and Oliver's like, "Ah, yes, I remember. Remind me again." Like, it's so good to have
Oliver is so extra. Hey, Jackie.
He's amazing. What's up, Jackie? Welcome back. Good to see you out there. You seen Only Murders in the Building? Absolutely loving this show. It was so good when Charles finally escaped. Like, how long was I gone? Do I have a beard? Is SNL still on? Like,
do I have a beard? Oh, right, like, did he time travel for those 20 minutes back in time? Like, come on, man.
He went to the White Room. You didn't know how long he was gone. He was
I'm saying, my man is sus.
It could be at this point. Oh, but yeah, the meta callbacks this show gives is fantastic. Oliver takes what his old director buddy says to heart and goes down to erase the message on the mirror. And even Charles notes that this is way over the line. And also, what was way over the line was him telling Mabel that she's never had a grown-up job before. Like, that's rude, but what exactly is it you do for money, Mabel?
Isn't she a freelance painter?
Is that what it is?
Yeah, like in
Yeah,
the first
'cause
seasons, like they commissioned her
she
to
was
do
making
stuff
money
and she
somehow.
pays.
Yeah.
I think that was like the only thing she was doing, to our knowledge.
Okay, so she's out there painting. I'll give it that. Or yeah, I thought maybe like she's the one making money, or like maybe they were making enough from the podcast or something. Yeah, I don't know. I was just wondering, like, what is it exactly you're doing for Mabel? Because I know the Arconia ain't cheap.
Remember, she was living, you know, in her aunt's place.
And her aunt's, yeah, she probably didn't have to pay rent.
Yeah, that's true too. But she still had to eat. Still had to keep the lights on.
Yeah, so a
I
painting
mean, they
job
got
would help with
ramen.
that.
It's ramen noodles still. That's like less than $5.
I mean, so aren't they in New York?
Yeah.
Yeah, there are tons of little places that you can go for cheap food. Easy.
Oh man. So Oliver snaps, and Charles snaps back, only to have Mabel chime in as well. And just like that, our trio are running solo again. Well, at least the olds are. Like Mabel seems to have a new friend, like right on her hip, and I gotta admit, this worries me.
Is what?
Like, about Tobert and about Tobert getting too close to Mabel, and Mabel like having nobody else around except for him. Like, that's not going to end well, is it?
Yeah, it's a gamble. It's a gamble. You know, I mean, damn it, we only got like what, 4 episodes left, sadly. So I feel like they may have to rush whatever the outcome with him is going to be. So, and I don't know, maybe he is a good guy and we're overthinking our tinfoil, or the boys are going to have to come and save her from some random situation that he has her in. I don't know. And Jackie just confirmed also, yeah, she sold art.
Awesome. So what's up, Phantom? How long do you think until the crew makes up?
Till the what wakes up?
Till the crew makes up.
2 to 3 episodes.
You think it's that long too, huh?
Mm-hmm.
I just don't think that kind of time. I mean, I think maybe 1 episode out, and then they got to be
Death got to bring them back together.
Nothing gets people together like weddings and funerals.
What'd you think of this one, AK?
I liked it. There are some parts that you could say are filler, but just like always, the filler works with this show. They are very good at even the stuff that doesn't necessarily need to be there. They make it work in the story, so it's always interesting. So kudos to them.
Oh, Tobert is going to prison.
Tobert is a dumb name. I agree.
Oh, Jackie says she sold the art, so that's what happened. She put not only out there painting murals, but selling art. Yeah, I like that too. Absolutely. Oh, you feel it. Oh yeah, this show is absolutely amazing. Glad you're loving this one. Yeah, there's I really hope they get another season out of it. I don't know if they're going to, but they have to. I mean, it's just too fun. None of them have a grown-up job exactly, except for I don't know. Oliver, I guess Oliver's back, and he has been waiting for this for a long time. Like, I don't think any of them are being sympathetic enough to any of each other at this point. They're all kind of showing their self-centeredness. I mean, I don't know. What do you think about that, Phantom? You think we need to be leaning back and thinking of others more, or what's going on? Like, how are they going to get back together and reconcile this?
Hell, at one point I thought LT was the murderer because we haven't seen her in X amount of episodes besides the first one.
Oh, Katie, you mean?
Oh yeah, Katie.
Katie,
Why? Do they keep calling her LT though? Or I'm bugging?
Yeah, it's Katie. Katie. But yeah.
Maybe I'm blaming the subtitles. So I sworn it said LT every so often.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, yeah, I mean, you think it's going to be somebody who they're not showing very much. They kind of just give, and that's why I'm just positive it's Uma.
Mm-hmm.
She was. That's the only time they've literally shown her in this season is the murders, like right around the murders. So
she even has the handkerchief.
Does she?
Yeah, you're talking about the director, right? With glasses?
Oh no, that's Cliff and what's her name? We have a mind block right now. No, that's the mom and son. No, I'm talking about Uma, the old lady who lives.
The old lady in the building.
Old lady in the building. She was best friends with Bunny.
Oh my gosh, that's the thing that you messaged me the other day. Oh
yeah,
my
you
gosh.
told me to go to sleep. I'm telling you, Uma is the killer. Uma's definitely got something to do with it. UMA, a killer. It's just letting us know. The only time that woman has been in this season is around both deaths. That's letting us know right there. She had something to do with both deaths. And I haven't heard anybody pick up on that. So I think that's exactly what's up. But Tobert is sus. Something's up with Tobert, whether he had something to do with the deaths or not. But again, since I called that like 2 seconds after him being on screen, I almost be bummed out. Oh, but that's going to do it for this episode. Got just a few trivia questions. If you know the answers, put them in the chat box. If you're watching later, put them in the comment section down below. What year did Gideon Gooseberry get brained by a sandbag?
1912?
19-something.
Incorrect.
1918.
1947?
Incorrect.
It wasn't 1918?
It was not.
What?
Oh.
My notes are wrong?
Oh, did you hear the wrong thing? 1919.
Hey! There we go. You guys were all over it.
Barely remembered that.
Jackie put 1918, 1919. Bada boom, bada bing, so close, so close. How much did the sandbag weigh?
300 pounds.
Oh, yeah, now we're back on.
Yeah.
According to Howard, what must be done every night to avoid your plane being cursed at the gooseberry?
Sweep the stage.
Sweep the bad energy off the stage, absolutely. And what year was there a cholera outbreak?
1949.
Oh, my man came prepared.
Don't remember that.
Crushing it. What play did Gideon Gooseberry play the Lovesick Chimney Sweep?
Wasn't it?
Did I write
The Great White Way?
That is incorrect.
Dang. I thought that was it, though.
Oh, what?
Wasn't it the Ice
That's
Cream
what he was
Comic
on.
Revival?
I think that's what they called Broadway back in the day, was the Great White Way.
Oh,
What's
okay.
that?
It wasn't the white, what is it? Iceman Comet Revival?
No, wait. Didn't Van have that right?
It's so funny.
Oh no, he said great white something.
Yeah, the Great White Way. That's I think
Great White Way.
Yeah, I think he's talking. That's what they called Broadway back then. I think.
Interesting.
That's so funny, fandom, that you got all these plays except for the right one. It's killing me. All these random ones that I was going to put, and the one that I did put, it's like that's the one you haven't answered. That's amazing. Yeah, that's some big cuts. I mean, the Iceman Comet Revival, get it. That's a good one. Oh, but nope, none of those are correct. So if you know that answer, put it in the chat box. If you're watching later, put it in the comment section down below.
Help me, Jake.
He said, "Help me, Jake." What play did Gideon Gooseberry play for Lovesick Chimney Sweep?
You said all the answers we gave were wrong?
Mm-hmm. I did.
Mm-hmm.
And on the next one, why does Howard try not to interact with Katie? Why does Howard try not to interact with KT? He gave 2 reasons.
I can't remember.
You got him stumped. Why does Howard try not to interact with KT? Jake got one of them.
Feel like something random happened between them.
Oh, well done, you. There's one other one. Extra credit if anybody can remember that first one.
He didn't want her job.
No, he did not. He wanted to be on the stage.
Be an actor, yeah.
She wanted to be the director. He wanted to be the actor. He wanted to be the star. But Mama told him that his voice wasn't there. Who did Oliver find living in the rafters?
Jerry Blue?
Oh, nice. Absolutely correct. We'll give you that one, Jake. It was actually her casual cruelty. But bad attitude. We'll give you that one. Close enough. Her casual cruelty and breath. We don't even know if it was bad breath. Just her breath. Something about it drove him nuts. Oh, Jerry Blau is absolutely, it's not Jerry Blue, Jerry Blau, but close enough. And what's the first rule of theater according to Jerry Blau?
Don't feed Hugh Jackman after midnight.
After midnight. what? I want to know where that shit came from. What is that nonsense
It's
about?
a play on Gremlins.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, he was the Wolverine, so I guess they were like combining the two.
Yeah, that's just a play on that. That's amazing. I was laughing my ass off at that. Oh, absolutely fantastic. You thought it was a little bit of a filler. What do you give it? A scale of 1 to 10? What do we call it, AK?
We'll give it an 8.5. Solid 8.5.
It was very good. I was actually looking forward to this when I saw it in the trailer. I was like, oh, when I saw that Charles was going to be locked in, I didn't know how they were going to do that. I was looking forward to seeing what they did. I was here for it. When he's making a goodbye video when he has a phone, why didn't you call your way out? Because I'm in a closet and I have no bars. Like just yelling at his phone. Oh, man, that was fantastic. That was absolutely fantastic. What are you giving it, fandom?
8 out of 10. I prefer this one than the previous episode.
I do as well, absolutely. Jackie gives it an 8. Jake gives it an 8. I'm right there with it. I'll give it an 8, 8.5 right in there. Absolutely. Loved it and looking forward to the next one. Can't wait to see where they're going to take it. Oh, the previous episode has Somewhere in Dreamland. This episode's had Somewhere in Dreamland. Good. So, yeah, I can't wait to see where they're going with this one. Hopefully they're going to advance it a little bit more, give us a few more clues, and let everybody else on what I already know. Uma did it all along. It was Uma all along. Watch it. It's coming. I'm telling you now. So that's going to do it for us. I hope everybody out there is having an absolutely fantastic week. We're definitely going to be back up and doing Ahsoka episodes 3 and 4 on Thursday. So make sure you get both of those watched. And we're going to be back up doing that Thursday night. So I hope everybody out there is having an absolutely fantastic week. It only gets better from here. Until we see you on the next one. Be there.